Good evening, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to the last AMA before beta.
Exciting.
How is everyone feeling? You can see that Benji is still working hard because he's in the office still.
Yeah, and I'm not even alone in the office, so everybody's working hard.
Yeah, there must be other people in the office too. I can see some people have left, but it's also 10 p.m., so it's understandable.
Yeah.
We also have Samuel here this week, a rare guest. I think a lot of people see him on stream quite often, but they obviously don't see him on this stream. Samuel, is it your first time on this stream, or is your second?
No, I think maybe it's even my third, but when I started to come here, I didn't have any webcam. To tell the truth, no, it's mostly because I haven't a professional environment behind me, and I said that I haven't webcam, but...
Yeah, now your screens have all these professional-looking photos coming up.
But I'm really happy to be here with you today.
Yeah, Samuel, I loved the most recent thumbnail. Did you shoot that
yourself? I was like, yeah, that's
my parents liked it a lot too. No, kidding, really, but very cool.
It was a good one. I liked it.
Thanks.
Okay, Zach is here as well. Zach is now relocated, I believe, so he's in different time zones again. So I think he's unable to be on. We're unable to see his beautiful face. We just see his Photoshop profile picture.
It's not Photoshop.
Just removed all the wrinkles. The one that he removed all the wrinkles and smoothed out his skin. And added the chiseled jaw and all that sort of stuff.
Young in there. Looks like 45 years old only.
Oh, cool, man.
Yeah.
That's a compliment. Thanks, dude.
Yeah, in reality, you're much worse.
Okay, let's keep it professional, guys. I think we can get started with the game development updates. There's quite a lot going on right now. Benji, let me give the floor to you. You're muted, Benji, by the way.
Thanks. Yeah, right now we're integrating everything and testing. So we have most of like the main features of the game that are working well for the beta. So like there is like the minting is working. We've added lots of weapons already, and we still have like many models to go through. Like there's been quite big improvements on the range rape weapons, like the fireball. I mean, all these things, and we use it also for the bow and arrow to make it easier to target. There's like loads of these things that are in preparation, boats on the map, etc. So right now we're like very close to be ready for the beta. We still need to do some testing before we can really deploy it but yeah, it should be all good next week for the beta launch.
Well, we have Farwa joining as well, just to let everyone know.
Yeah.
Hey, Farwa.
Hello, everyone.
Okay, sorry, on you go, Benji. I didn't mean to.
Yeah, sure.
Feel free to move the slides yourself. Are you able to move the slides yourself, Benji, or do you need me to move?
Wait a second. I'll try. I'm not sure it's. Wait a second, because I'm not on that page anymore.
It's fine. I can move them for you if you want.
Yeah, I think it's not. Doesn't seem to be working for me.
It's okay.
So yeah, so like this is new environments. I mean, that Samuel made like so he did this on the stream. So this is the pump tower in the game. So it's a kind of like a dangerous place in the game, and it should be kind of fun to like the mountains and stuff. We've changed it's with the new version of the shaders we've made on the stream a couple of weeks ago, and so yeah, this is So I think it would be a pretty cool, dangerous place in the game.
The new shader allowed us to add different textures on vertical surfaces, right?
Yes. It's basically a three-planar projection. So what we do is like instead of like unwrapping a texture on the model directly, it's kind of done according to different directions, like the XYZ directions, and that makes it much nicer in some places for like mountains to have like very vertical terrains and stuff. We can have like really cool effects, and there is no like weird deformation of it as there was a bit before in some places. So yeah, I think it makes the game look a lot nicer in some places, and it allows us to have a bit more freedom. I mean, yeah, maybe Samuel could explain a bit more about that, but
yeah, maybe just some words about the pump mountains that you will see in the landscape directly when you start playing. This place has been thought like an exterior dungeon, a landscape dungeon. Dungeons will not be most of the dungeon will not be accessible directly at the start of the beta. You will have berries really soon. So this place has been think as the first exterior dungeon, and it will be the most dangerous place at the beginning of the beta. And if you go to the top of the mountain, you will have a portal for the first boss fight of the game, probably. Disclaimer, but it's it's foot. But going to the top of the mountain should be a really big challenge for the start, and it's the way if you want to meet the famous or infamous Donald Pump.
Yeah, now, seeing as we're talking about Donald Pump, I wanted to make a quick comment because there's been a lot of comments on social media about the game maybe getting a bit political. I just wanted to make it clear that there's no politics involved in adding Donald Pump and Donald Dump to the game whatsoever. We see Donald Trump as being basically one of the biggest online memes. I mean, the fact that he is in the game is not meant to represent any political expression from any of the founders. That's not what we are adding him in for. We are adding him in because he is probably one of the most viral people on the internet. At least he was when he was on Twitter all the time. And we see him as a very important meme. And we're adding him in as a meme. We're not adding him in at all as some sort of political expression. So I wanted to make that clear. Sorry. So on you go, guys. I just wanted to quickly add that in because I know there's been a bit of backlash on a few comments, but he's added in as a bit of fun as a meme. He's not added in as any political thing.
Sure. Yeah, the main goal is just to have some fun in the game and have some memes, etc. So it also helps with the marketing of the game, making things viral, etc. So it's good for the community too, and it's just fun. I think. Exactly. But yeah, we can check next picture, Steve. So yeah, this is
also one thing I also want to add. There was also a mention that the founders of the company are all left wing. We are quite open with our political expressions. We're not going to talk about it on here, but I'm certainly not left wing. Just wanted to make that clear. So that's not something that we should worry about. We actually like Donald Trump as a character and as a meme. That's why we've added him in. Okay, on you go.
Yeah. So this is like a new, like updated version of the desert with some bones in it. Make it look like more complete, and it's a nicer place also to visit. And there's also a quite dangerous place on the map. You can see in the next picture there is like a shrine. So it's like there were already some of these points of interest on the map before. It will be function in kind of a similar way, like it's some kind of like a very visible places, and that can give you a boost. Like this place, if you go there, you activate it, you will get a boost of shield, because it's like a shield Zogian shrine. And yeah, so there are like a few of these like in the new version, so some of you might have seen it in the streams, but those are really cool places. And maybe we can show Steve the videos of the
sure. Which one would you like to pull up first, the water or the zeppelins?
Oh, maybe the zeppelins. Maybe you can see the zeppelins.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, so this is like I mean, the map of the game being pretty huge, it's important to have like convenient ways to travel on the map from one place to another. So there are like now lots of zeppelins to travel. There are like boats also on the lake, and there is like a nice new village that Samuel made on stream, and it's looks really cool in the starting zone. And from there you can go to many places on the map. So the goal of these boats and zeppelins, it's not just to travel faster, but it's also like a very social place where you can talk with other players, you can kind of meet people, and I think it should be a lot of fun. And all of it is like synchronized on the network, so like the people will be, everything will be in the right place, etc.
And another bonus from using the public transportation is that they go sometimes from special. They made a special road that will show you some hidden places too. So by taking the transport, you can discover some hiding things on the map.
Hidden things, yeah, for sure. So I think it will be like between this and the launch pads. I mean, you'll have plenty of options to go on the map, and I don't know if it will be there for the launch of beta, but it might be slightly later. But we also have like prepared the fast travel on the map, so you'll be able to travel directly like from the menu to go to different places, but you will have to pay a block price to go there. So taking a launch pad or taking a zeppelin will still be cheaper.
Yep. You want to switch to the water, Benji?
Yeah. Let's switch to the water. So this is the new version of the water. So it had some like waves to it. So you can see on the distance. I'm not sure, like I don't know if the video quality would be good enough, but you can see like further away that the water moves quite a lot. I mean, it will be more visible when you're playing the game itself, but you can see that like further away there are some waves. It also makes the transition nicer with the ground, and you can see like in the background like there are quite large waves.
Yeah, the waves are quite big.
Yeah. And so that should make it like I think it will make the water much more interesting, because it's a big part of the game. I mean, especially now with the boats, there's lots of water on the map. I mean, it's a big like islands, etc. So we wanted it to be really, really nice to see, and and also it makes it like with the large waves, you'll feel a bit less safe in the water. So you might not want to just swim around, but maybe you'll prefer to go through a bridge or take a boat instead.
Yeah.
And so I think that's for the map. Or maybe we can see the weapons. I think they're like, so we've integrated like, I mean, this is like dozens of weapons. I mean, maybe right now in the game we have more than 100. And we still have like about 200 models to add more, and this is just like unique models, so not including all the breeds and the levels of purity, etc. So this is just a sneak peek of some of the weapons that are already integrated into the game, but all of them are already playable. like in our development version. So yeah, so we have like a bone hammer, like a crystal sword, and there's like lots of really cool weapons that you'll discover in the beta. And all of this you can mint from the game. So when you create a weapon, you pay the price in blocks. You choose the amount of blocks you want to use for it, and then you will get randomly randomly generated weapons that you chose with the colors, etc. And so I think it will be a very cool mechanics, because it was kind of like in the alpha really good way to spend your blocks. But with this, I think it will be a lot of fun with the main team.
And there's also 3 different types of weapons, Benji, right? We have well, there's more than that, but there's 3 different types of melee weapons. Are there going to be 3 on beta at that first launch, or just 2?
I mean, at least there will be the single-hand weapons, the two-handed weapons, the dual wield. We might have it. But I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, but essentially, at least within early beta, there'll be 3 different types of weapons, which is dual wield, single-handed, and double-handed. So it's essentially dual wield is 1 in each hand. Single-handed, it's of course just single hand, and then two-handed means you actually have to hold the weapon using both hands. So it means you can't have a shield. So you'll have to take up 2 weapon slots to use your left hand and your right hand to do dual wield, and also for the two-handed weapons. Most of the weapons come in a two-handed format, where they're a bit more powerful, a bit longer maybe. They have bigger handles. So it allows you to actually have a more powerful version of the same weapon, but just two-handed. And dual wield would be quite a unique weapon to get your hands on as well.
Yeah. So I think like that's already quite. I mean, it's already quite fun to play around in the game with trying all these weapons and doing all of this. So I think it will be a cool thing to have in the when you will see in beta. So yeah, I think that's pretty much. Yeah,
I can't wait to try out beta.
Yeah, that would be a big change.
I'm going to be doing a lot more testing on the minting tomorrow, so a little bit of an update. A few things that we're working on improving. The rental is looking really good now. Very easy to use. You come into the game and it'll just sort of automatically give you a Bezoge to rent. Very simple to use for now. The next thing that is very new to beta is the minting of weapons. We've been working quite hard this week on making it a really fun experience. I think we made a really good experience with the summoning of the origin blocks, and we wanted to make something that was, equal to or better than. So I hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to see a final version of that, and it should be looking really good. We've been optimizing that and improving that. What else is there, Benji? The other features. The admin panel almost done. There's a lot of things that are. Everything is going to be tested this week. So there's a lot. Going this week.
We've already tested quite a few, but we'll keep testing and adding the last couple of features. And there are a few things we are not like 100% sure it will be from the start of beta, but like it's kind of like more minor features. Like, let's say if the armors are not fully ready, they might come like a week later. Things like that. And I think it makes sense because like we have something kind of we make sure the build is stable, and then there is lots of stuff to discover for new players over time.
Yeah, and something to note is we wanted to mention that on this beta. The whole point of beta is to actually start testing the game with the new login system and running on the new server infrastructure that is scalable. So we will be starting off on day one reasonably, not small, but not huge, maybe with 1,000 to 2,000 maximum players. And then on a daily to weekly basis, we would sort of be adding more people in, and we'll scale up to 10,000 pretty quickly. That will be allowed to play. That'll be whitelisted. One thing to note is because we are changing all the server infrastructure, it will be a little bit buggy in the beginning. So we want to make everyone aware this is still beta testing. It's not playing, it's testing. So still expect there to be quite a lot of bugs in the beginning. But what we will be doing as sort of a special event for next week as in from the date of beta, we'll do a 1 week of beta where we'll have at least 1, maybe 2 sessions per day. And every day we'll be kind of coming on a stream and we'll be telling you guys the bugs that we have found in each testing session. And then before each testing session, we'll be going through what we've updated, explaining what we've updated, and then we'll go into the session. And then after the session, we'll probably go through what we've found in the current session. And the team will work on that for that day, fix as many bugs as they can in the 24-hour period. And then we'll have an update for the next day. So we're going to be trying to do sort of 1 update per day, at least. That's the goal, Benji, right? 1 update per day for the first week, trying to fix as much as we can on a daily basis.
Yeah, for sure. At least we'll stream and see what goes on, and like see with the and also like the fact that we'll do like separate tests allows us to kind of really update relatively quickly the game. So
yeah.
So I think that should I think that will be that should work really well. And
yeah,
and we also want
a lot of sessions the first week, and then after we'll release a schedule before the launch. But there'll be a schedule there'll be 2 sessions on the first day, and then there'll most likely be 1 session per day after that. So that it gives us a full 24 hours to actually go through and make the updates. But we will be streaming on a daily basis and telling you what we're changing, so that everyone can keep in the loop and understand what the development team are working on. Because I know there might be some concerns from players if there's some bugs and things like that. We should be spotting those bugs on a daily basis and fixing them. So hopefully the goal is that by the end of the week, we'll have basically a much more bug-free version of the game. And we can go hard on updates in the first week.
Since we're talking about beta real quick, do we know what time, like the exact time it's going to launch? Because we have people in different time zones that are anxiously wanting to know what time the sessions will be on day 1.
We will announce that before the launch.
Okay.
It will be the evening of that day. We want as many people to be able to play as possible in US time. It'll be US evening.
While we are talking about the launch, should we also talk about what people get when they attend the launch date?
Oh yeah, that's another thing. So on the launch day, I almost forgot that. On the launch day, we'll be giving out an attendance NFT to the first 1,000 players that enter the game. So the first 1,000 people that sign in and connect their wallet to the game will airdrop attendance NFTs, which at a later date you'll be able to exchange for an in-game item. You can also keep it as a souvenir if you want, but we will allow players to exchange it, most likely for a limited edition in-game item.
Interesting.
That's going to be a tough choice. It's going to be hard to decide, do I keep it or trade it in?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, wait. Sorry, I put the wrong thing up. Rabbit is asking, is there a new launcher? There's a fully redesigned launcher, so it'll be a completely new link, right, Benji?
Yeah, exactly. It will be a new launcher, and also this launcher will be updating. I mean, it will receive updates. So if we need to update the new launcher, there will be like sometimes like if there is a new version, you'll get a pop-up that will say there is a new version, and you can download it and install it. So it will be like that in the future, but the alpha launcher won't be used anymore.
Yeah, and there'll be a lot more functionality in the launcher itself now. We should have there'll be links to all the social medias within the launcher itself. There'll be sort of a news section where we show all the updates on the game. Yeah, there'll be a few things like that. The new launcher looks a lot nicer. I think we finished it yesterday, actually, the new launcher, or before the weekend. So it looks really good.
Yeah.
Okay. Shall we move on? Next is the marketing. Farwa has disappeared. I think her connection dropped. So this week, Farwa was going to do the marketing update, but because unfortunately Malcolm had some family issues, he's unable to make it this week. Hopefully he'll be back on the next AMA. But Farwa's connection has dropped, I think. So maybe we can skip past. The main thing for marketing, we turned on a lot of paid ads. So we are running, driving a lot of traffic to the website. Conversions are going very well. We're also ramping up some of the PR. The PR should start very soon. I think there's not much else that I can say. We're doing a lot of planning for the next few days. So by the end of the week, there should be a little bit more content coming out. Certainly a bit of PR, and we've also planned a lot of the PR for the beta launch itself. So everything is going pretty smooth on the marketing side. Zach, did you have anything to add?
Yeah, I just add a little bit of top level stuff. Farwa and Malcolm can come back later with some details. The whole point of marketing is to grow holders and user base and ecosystem. So that seems to be working for the last 2 or 3 weeks. We've been identifying the funnels through where new users are coming into the community as well as new holders are coming in. So the plan for this week leading up to beta launch is to actually kind of emphasize in those sections, especially the things that seem to be working. We're going to be pushing it out a bit harder this time.
Yeah. One other thing is we've been going very aggressive on email and growing our email list. We're growing now currently a few hundred per day. And one of the things that we've noticed is the holders have been coming since we started turning on the email marketing. So if you're signed up for the email, you'll notice that there'll be a lot more emails coming in over the next few weeks as well. And we will be actively pushing out a lot of emails. We're getting some really incredible results with emails. I mean, the open rate of our emails is almost triple the industry standard. So people are on the email list are very engaged. And we did notice that as soon as we turned on the email marketing and started pushing out content, that was sort of aligned with when the holders started increasing. So I know recently a lot of people have seen a significant amount of smaller holders coming in, people that are buying, $50, $100, $200. That, in our opinion, has sort of been aligned with as soon as we started on the email marketing. So the email marketing is going very well. So we're sort of doubling down on that right now, and we've got a significant budget that over the next week is beginning to fire up to drive a lot more people into email, and then we're beginning to educate a lot of the good thing about email is it gives us an opportunity to actually educate the people that are engaged in the product already, because people are already signed up for beta, they're very engaged, and we're able to send them content that's relevant to them. So I advise that anyone that is not signed up for the email list, please go to bezoge.com, click on sign up for beta and type in your email address, and you'll get access to all the emails. Emails will be one of the primary sources of updates from the project. So I would advise everyone to be on the email list if you want to be the first to know about everything. So I think that covers the marketing. Like I say, Malcolm should be back next week, or if not, Farwa will be here, but she's having connection issues today. She was mentioning that the internet's very unstable today. So apologize that she wasn't able to make it. Carrie? You want to start off with the community updates?
Yes. Okay. So yeah, I've been trying to encourage everyone to go ahead. Even the existing alpha testers, I've been telling them to go ahead and sign up on the website, the join beta, that way we can have their emails so they get those updates. So I've been trying to encourage that in the community.
Yeah, there will be on that. There'll be an email that goes out before beta that gives people information on how they can sign up for their Zoji account so that they can play the game. So for all the existing alpha testers, you will have to sign up. There'll be a process where you have to sign up using an email address and password. So that information will be sent via email before beta, and you'll be able to see exactly where to do that. Hopefully we'll be sending that out very soon. It should be about 2 or 3 days before beta, I would say. So in the next few days, 4 or 5 days.
Perfect. All right. Well, this past Saturday we had our poker tournament. It was the biggest one yet. We had over 108 people sign up to play on this one. So it was a big tournament and lots of fun. Our winner for that was KCalB. He's in Discord. So he took home the prize of that. Those tournaments get intense. I bounce back and forth, trying to watch all the tables, and it's fun even as a spectator. So, if you guys don't want to join in, you can still click on the link and watch as a spectator. It's kind of fun. You can feel the intensity through the screen when you're watching these games and the moves they're making.
Is there a voice chat?
Yeah, I usually open voice chat when we have these going on. Not everyone joins, or some will just sit and listen to the voice chat because they're intensely playing, so, and don't want to get distracted. So yeah, okay. It's fun. Poker is definitely the biggest turnout of all the other games we've done, and people seem to enjoy it the most. But yeah, it's fun. So, all right. So
I need to take part in the next one, Carrie. Feel like I should win.
Yeah.
I need to come in and beat everyone.
Zach had joined in on the previous one. I didn't see him on this last one, but he joined in on the previous one, and he went all in like real early and was kicked out quickly. So, but it was fun. The community liked just, seeing him in there. So yeah, if the rest of
go hard or go home
can join in, it will be good. And okay, so I have the Twitter picker loaded. Let me share my screen and then I'll click over to that. Oh, okay. Maybe. Okay. So let me click over. All right. Can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
I have the tweet loaded in here. It had 336 replies on it.
One thing while you do that, Carrie, if people can please give the stream a like on YouTube. There's 58 people watching on YouTube. Please do give a like. Put some comments. It really helps us with the algorithm on every platform you're on. Please give a like, share, and a comment. It makes a big difference.
Yes.
Sorry, on you go.
Hit that like button. Tweet it out. Reshare it.
Smash the like button.
Yes, smash that like button. Okay, so we have 371 entries that are successful. Let me hit continue here. All right. Drum roll. All right. So crypto 247x365 is our winner. Almost said winter. So congrats. You won the 100.
I saw some comments about the person last week. Did we not send their prize yet?
The ticket is in Asana. I don't know if Nick saw it.
You're muted, Nick. We can't hear you.
No, I haven't sent it out yet. It's been pending on Asana.
Okay, so Nick can
We'll
make the
do that today.
transfer for Nick can make the transfer for today's winner and last week's winner today. So to the person that won last week, I can't remember the name, but
yeah, it was Silver Superb, I think is her name.
That's it, Superb. That was the one. She was in the comments saying she didn't receive her prize. I think it was a Silver B. Was it Silver B?
Yeah, I think it was
he or she. Sorry, I don't know if it's a he or a she. Sorry.
It's a she. I know the first name is Silver. Yeah. I can't remember if it's Silver B or for some reason Superb is stuck in my head. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right.
Should stick with gender neutral pronouns in future. Just say they.
Well,
then you can't be wrong.
I just happen to know it as a female, so it's the girlfriend of one of our community members. So
okay, so congratulations to both Silver B from last week and Crypto. What was it? 24/7x365.
Yes, I took a screenshot because I didn't want to write down all of those numbers. So I'll reach out and get your wallet address so we can send out yours. All right. So as usual,
congratulations.
Yes, congrats
to our winners. Sorry for the delay. You know, Steve's just being stingy.
It's not me being stingy.
No, that has nothing to do with it.
I don't make the payments.
So, all right. Well, lots of exciting stuff. I know the community is excited for beta and can't wait to find out the times. Good to know it's evening for US time. I had some people saying that they were going to call in sick to work that day so they could join. So hopefully they won't have to now. So yeah, beta it's going to be exciting that first day. You know, we've all been waiting for it. And I wanted to comment too that I saw you guys in Discord chatting it up more. So to everyone, join Discord. I said it last AMA. That's where, you know, it's just so much easier with the game being in Discord. But if you want to stream, you can stream, you know, what you're doing and connect with other players. It's just better for the gaming side of the project. So I know the devs are going to need to spend more time over there. So to Telegram and everyone else, just join Discord so you can keep up with all the excitement. And all right. So I'll get into the questions that I had planned for this week, and then we'll answer some of the questions in the comments. But before I do, so you guys that are listening or watching, if we've got a special little giveaway we're doing live on the AMA today. So anyone that asks a question live that wants to come up, you don't have to be on camera, but if you want to come up and ask your question live, you can get a hat, a Bezoge hat.
Oh, that's a luxury prize.
Yes, I mean, they're very good quality hats, embroidered. So yeah, think of your questions while I'm asking the ones I had planned out and get your chance at a hat. So, okay. So
let me quickly answer one of the questions in the comments first.
Okay.
I think we have a couple that I starred. Maybe we could go through them first and then we move through the deck. Will beta bring improvements to the anime AI? I think recently the anime AI has been improved significantly. We've also, the main thing that will be changing in beta is a lot of the animations of the enemies. So they will feel a lot better. They should be running. Benji, right? Maybe you can give a little update, but they'll be running.
Yeah.
They will have weapons. They'll have their textures will all change, so they'll look a lot better. They should be changed significantly.
Yeah, I think the enemies would be quite a lot nicer. I mean, they will have better animations. You'll see more larger enemies. So I think that should be that should be more interesting to fight, because we have like a few better animations and mostly new enemies, and they would be animated better with weapons. So I think that will be the major changes. The AI is also tweaked a bit and improved, but I think they will be overall more challenging to fight.
Yeah. Okay, Kari, should we go through the community questions?
Okay.
I'm going to start. There's a few more comments have come in, and I'll run through them after the Q&A questions.
Okay. I also wanted to give a shout out to the community. You know, these last 2 weeks, I've seen a lot of people really stepping up and shilling hard and spreading the word. Keep doing it. You know, you guys in Telegram, especially, you guys have seen, you know, the impact, you know, whether it's Twitter, Facebook groups, you guys are out there spreading the word and you're getting new holders. So thank you. We see you. We see your efforts and everything that you're doing. So keep it up. You guys are amazing. All right. So back to my questions. One of the questions that I had originally that's already kind of been addressed, but I'm still going to ask it and talk about it. So a lot of people were asking about the beta sign up on the website, and if existing alpha players were needing to join. So we've already answered that, but I also wanted to point out for those of you that may not have seen it yet, Nick and I were making a lot of changes in Discord yesterday. So we're working on cleaning it up and organizing it to kind of give it a fresh start as we start to grow. And the alpha testers channel, we've shut it off. You're still going to be an alpha tester. You're still in there as part of the history. But since we're moving to beta, we're kind of closing that. We'll archive it. And then we will have a section for like beta chat for people to, you know, talk about any issues they're having. And so we will have a beta chat in there for you guys. So
the beta chat would, just to add to that, the beta chat would probably open after the beta launch party. So most likely during the launch party, all of us would be actually in the voice chat of Discord, which is already created, but nobody's going to be in there right now. But yeah, so hang out in Discord and while playing the game during the beta launch.
We'll all be playing. I believe everyone should be playing. It's pretty early I think it's pretty early for Nick, but he'll be playing.
Yeah, so
as long as you hit me up and wake me up.
We'll be live in the Discord headquarters. So the Discord Bezoge headquarters, there's a live beta launch section. So we'll be in there in the voice chat while we all hop in beta. It's going to be an exciting time. We know how fun the birthday party was. So I'm pretty sure this beta launch and all of us hanging out together is going to be equally as fun. So join us. All right. So back to the questions. Someone had asked about how the bridging is going to work for summoning from the ERC20 side to Polygon. Can you tell us how the summoning is going to work?
Are we not going to ask? I thought we were going to go through the questions that are on the sheet, on the screen. Kari.
Oh, however you want to do it. Okay.
I think that question is in the slides. I just think it's further. I think it's further back.
Oh, okay. Yes.
It's question number 2. Yeah. If we just go through in the order that's on the page, otherwise we'll be going all around in circles.
All right. So you want to go ahead and get all the ones that you've starred?
Yeah. So with beta sign up on the website, are people still going to be able to sign up for alpha until beta starts? At the moment, no. We've removed alpha sign up and it's beta sign up only. At the moment, beta sign up is signing up for the newsletter a few days before beta, or maybe 24 hours before beta. You'll be able to actually set up an account to play the game. So they're completely separate. And alpha is closed for now until beta is launched. And I guess now I can move on to your... Is this the question that you were just asking, Carrie?
Yeah, so that first question, yeah, because y'all had actually answered it earlier too, before we even got to the community section. So yes, this is the one that I was just asking.
Yeah, I don't think I've answered this one yet, but oh yeah, that's right. The other question I had already answered. So how will bridging work for summoning with the Bezoge being on Polygon and Bezoge on ERC20? So by ERC20, I assume we mean Ethereum here. So basically, we will be bridging the Bezoge over to Ethereum. So that's something that no cost for anyone.
Is it me or
yeah, I can't hear you. You're cutting out.
I think your internet's rug pulling you. No, it's we can't hear you at all.
Is that better now?
I think it's that's
Yes,
better.
I can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. I don't know what you heard, so I'll just start again. We will be bridging, not bridging. We will be migrating the Bezoge to ETH. So there won't be any cost for any holders. The plan is just to airdrop all of the NFTs to all the holders. It will pause transfers on Polygon and we'll airdrop everyone on ETH. This is to save having to do any bridging. I think it makes sense for the Bezoge, seen as the main tokens of the game, which are MBLK and Bezoge, will be on Ethereum. We want to have the Bezoge on Ethereum as well. And it should also bring a lot more liquidity to the trading of the NFTs, because a lot of people don't understand how to use Polygon. It's quite confusing. So migrating them back over to ETH, the pet Zoji as well will also be migrated to ETH. So we'll airdrop them out to all the holders.
And during the migration, we will have a complete revamp?
Yeah, so the new graphics that we've announced, that we've sort of shown, will be updated alongside with the migration to ETH. What we'll also probably do is separate them out into two collections. One collection for origin blocks and one collection for the Bezoge themselves. What this does is, I know there's a lot of people that maybe not a lot of people, but some people got a little bit cheated to a certain extent, that they had bought what they thought was an origin block because the metadata wasn't refreshed yet on OpenSea. And so moving them into two separate collections, one for origin blocks and one for Bezoge, actually allows us to mitigate that risk. So it's a lot clearer that we know exactly how many Bezoge there are that are available, because the amount of Bezoge in the collection will actually be the amount of Bezoge. So it'll be very clear for people to see there's this amount of origin blocks and there's this amount of Bezoge. And we'll do the same with pet Zoji. Swifty, the gas fees, we will pay for it. So we'll airdrop the NFTs to everyone. There won't be any gas fees for you receiving your new Bezojis and pet Zoji.
Okay, perfect. That kind of leads into my next question about the rarity. I know you've discussed it in the past, mentioned possibly like the OG Bezoge having an aura or something that clearly defines them from the summoned ones. So can you guys tell us what you're going to do yet? And especially now with the transition to ERC20, or the Ether side, how is that still going to happen?
Yeah, basically the rarity separating the OG. I mean, the main thing that separates the OGs to the summoned ones is, like listed in the white paper, the cost of summoning is increased. So the cheapest way to summon is with OGs, and the price goes up for every generation. So once you go to generation 2, that'll be slightly, the base price of summoning will be higher, and so on and so forth. I think it's 5%. In the example, Benji, I believe it's 5% we've increased per generation. So
Yeah.
the cheapest way to summon is using OG Bezoge. Secondly, there will be some sort of indicator in game, not in the first version of beta because it's not necessary. In the first version of beta, there's only OGs. So it's impossible to have anything but OGs because there's no summoning yet. So by the time summoning exists, we will have tested probably a few things for the OG effects. We want to do something really cool, so we may do some session at some point, a stream with Benji and Samuel. Maybe we'll try and brainstorm with the community sort of ideas of what we can have. Maybe come up with a few different options and put that to a vote even for the Bezoge holders. That could be a cool thing to do. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think that's something that we'll do. So over the next few months after beta's launched and a lot of the features have been integrated, we'll then add something like that in. So as soon as there's summoning, there will be, by the time there's summoning, that function will be available. So it'll probably be some sort of aura. At least there'll be an indicator above your head, beside your health bar, that will show that it's an OG. We may add some other effects as well, some special effects on the OGs. But for sure, it may also be like a circle on the ground, something like that, to show that it's an OG Bezoge. It sounds funny to say OG Bezoge, but it's like they're a Bezoge, right? I mean, hope someone doesn't quote that on social media, as that's my quote for the week. Feel worried about everything I say now. I'm worried that there's going to be a Twitter post from Farwa. So I'm going to try and not say anything stupid again for the rest of the stream. But yeah, there'll be something to define the OGs versus the generation 2, 3, 4, etc.
Perfect. Yeah, I know a lot of people are looking forward to that.
It'll be mostly aesthetic, though. There won't really be much of a stat boost. I think is quite unfair.
Right.
Because it's unrealistic.
It's more about bragging rights. It's just about bragging rights, you know.
Like when you play Fortnite, I mean, you by buying skins, you don't get any advantage. You just look cooler, right? So having the OG, you're going to look a lot cooler because there's only 4,000 of them. Well, 4,096. So similar to the pets, and I know a lot of people are still asking about the pets. We are completely redoing a lot of the pets to make them look cooler with the textures and similar look to how we've updated the Bezoge. And again, that'll be updated with the migration to ETH. Someone said, what happens to the Polygon NFTs? Wait, someone said, what happens to the Polygon NFTs? We'll freeze the transfers. So the Polygon NFTs will just be stuck in your wallet as sort of a memento until we've done the airdrop. And after that, we may do something interesting with them, but they won't be usable in the game. So at that point, they won't be usable in the game, but you will already have your replacement NFTs on ETH that will be usable in the game. So we have to pause it just in case there's any transfers during the airdrop. You know, if someone buys one on Polygon during the airdrop, then people might get miss out. So we'll have to pause all the transfers on Ethereum before we airdrop on ETH. Oh, on Polygon, sorry, before we airdrop on ETH.
Okay, good to know. And so, yeah, with new people coming into the community, I know we've had this question in the past, but a lot of new people coming in and are asking these questions about the difference in the ages of the Bezoge. Because, yeah, they're looking at the NFTs, they're wanting to buy them, and they're trying to decide, do I need a baby? Do I need the old man? Which we have a little Kane gang going on in Telegram. So for those of us that have the old man. But yeah, can you explain the differences or the subtle differences even?
Yeah, well, number one, the old man will be significantly updated. He's going to look a lot cooler. He's going to have a beard. So
I
think, because we've taken away his walking stick. He's more of a wise elder now rather than an old man. You may even update the metadata to say elder instead of old man. So you might want to get your hands on an elder Bezoge. They're pretty cool. They look really good with the beard. I think people should really like them. We added a lot of wrinkles and a beard on instead of the walking stick, because we wanted the attributes to kind of be facial, rather than actually having to have a separate item to define them. The baby also won't have its diaper anymore. It's just small and cute. I think from a stat perspective, we're not actually changing much on the stats, but what we are doing with the Bezoge in-game, the different pages, they have completely different proportions. So you may find that some of them walk a little bit faster because their bodies are different sizes.
You're breaking up again.
Smaller. I'm going to switch. This should be better. Is that better?
No.
No?
Yeah, I can hear you again.
Okay. So the main thing that's different about them is they have different proportions. So you'll find that because the baby is a lot smaller, someone said Robo Steve returns. Okay. So because the baby is a lot smaller, he has shorter arms. And so the reach of the baby is a lot smaller. But also because he's smaller, he's more difficult for the enemies to hit. So he's a lot more nimble and smaller just because of his size, right? He's just more nimble because of his size, and it makes him more difficult to hit. So actually, I think the babies are kind of a little bit OP. It's very hard for the enemies to hit the babies. So we'll do a bit of testing in beta and try and work out whether they need to have different base stats or not. They may have slightly tweaked base stats just to make up for their different proportions. We're slowly dropping off people. Everyone seems to be dropping connection during this AMA. Benji is back. But yeah, I think because of their proportions, we'll probably tweak their base stats, right, Benji? Maybe you can give a bit of information on this.
Yes. There might be like very small changes, but I think they should be all very similar to each other in many ways. But mostly the baby, which is a lot smaller than the other, there will probably be quite a bit of balancing. Because it's quite a big advantage to be smaller, because you can you're harder to hit, but you will also have less reach, and so it will make things. There will probably be some balancing to do, and it could be done on other stats like the speed, etc. But I think they are all still a good choice, so regardless. In the game, we will make sure of it.
Yeah, I still like the old man. I like the old man a lot.
No, I'm going to have to come up with a new name now since you guys took his cane away, because we had the Cane Gang Guild in our Telegram.
Oh yeah, the Cane Gang. Maybe we should make a separate collection and just airdrop all the old men a cane.
A cane. That could be cool. Yeah.
Yep, I like the cane.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. That we could consider that. Maybe we can airdrop some canes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Could be a cool weapon. Maybe you can add it in as a weapon so you can still be in the Cane Gang carry.
Awesome.
Now that I've said that, people are going to go and buy all the old Bezoge.
I know. Everyone's going to go sweep the floor on the old men. So, all right.
The new one looks really cool, though, I will say, with the beard and everything. He looks very wise. He's a wise old Bezoge now. He's not He's not a cripple. Before he was a bit crippled and a bit disabled with his cane. Now he's a lot more nimble He's a lot more wise. He's an elder, a wise elder, rather than a crippled old man.
Okay, I can't wait to see that. Do
Yeah.
you want to move on to the starred questions now?
Yeah.
I think
there
this
was one more thing about a deep dive.
Oh, well, yeah, we had a lot of the community had asked for more info on the Bezoge token. I didn't know if you wanted to wait till the next AMA, after beta. We can do a deep dive.
I think we can keep this AMA a bit more focused on beta and go through some of these questions rather than the Bezoge token, because we could talk. I think the Bezoge token deserves sort of a whole section of, and we probably need to put some graphics together to explain everything for people. But yeah, I think we can do a whole section of that maybe on the next AMA or the one after. Perfect. So, Severnaya CI. I think we've already answered this question.
Yeah, I was going to say you pulled this one up earlier.
Okay. I starred a few questions, so I'll go through them. Can you address the gas fees and what network MBLK is going to be on? MBLK will be on ETH. All of the main tokens of the game will be on Ethereum. There's nothing that happened with regards to Polygon. We launched on Polygon so that everyone could have easy access to the NFTs because we were selling them, the original ones, at $10 each. We didn't want people to have to pay $100 of gas fees. Gas fees were insane when we launched the NFTs. So we didn't want it to be a gas war. And that's why we launched on Polygon, so that all the people that were paying $10 would end up paying $10 plus a couple of cents of gas fees. That was the main reason we dropped on Polygon in the beginning. Now that the gas fees on ETH have come down significantly, and all of our tokens are on ETH, it makes a lot of sense for us to just migrate the NFTs over and allow people to directly summon on ETH itself. So that's why we're doing that. There's no issues with Polygon whatsoever, and we will support Polygon in future. There will be a functionality that we bring in that will allow you to have NFTs on any chain that you want. But first, we're going to start off with ETH as the main chain for the Bezoge, mainly because all the summoning needs to be done on Ethereum. Okay, let me go through to the next question. Do the OG Bezogis retain the same power and value regardless whether we summon them for more Bezogia? Yes, their stats in the game won't change whatsoever. So you don't need to worry about their stats changing because you're summoning. That won't change anything at all. Will there be any interference with the upcoming ETH merge this September in regards to what's on track in terms of beta? Not at all. The ETH merge is not going to affect us in any way at all. I believe that none of our smart contracts will be affected at all. They should just keep working as normal. There shouldn't be any issue whatsoever. Let me... Okay. Wasn't the point of MBLK being on Polygon to reduce gas fees in-game? So the way that we've designed the game, actually, there'll still be no gas fees whatsoever. The only time that you would... What we mean by MBLK being on ETH is the main version of MBLK will be on ETH. So we will most likely also bridge the token to have a wrapped version of it on other chains. But we're trying to keep the ecosystem on ETH as much as possible. We also believe that the proof of stake update that's coming next month, the gas fee should be reduced significantly. But basically, all you will be doing with MBLK on chain is summoning and holding, essentially, right? Holding or trading on Uniswap. So there shouldn't be any significant gas fees. The only gas fee you'll have to pay is the withdrawal fee from the game to your wallet. So there shouldn't be anything crazy. Next question. Carrie, did you find any other questions? Okay, this one. So this was a good one. You're playing with a rented Bezoge. There's two parts to this question. You're playing with a rented Bezoge. There are no Bezoge in the available in the pool. The owner of the Bezoge you're using comes into the game and claims his Bezoge. That means the guy that was playing with your Bezoge is queued until a free Bezoge is available. So if in queued, he has to wait for others that came before to the queue. We've not actually coded in this use case yet as to where you go in the queue. Shouldn't be an issue in early beta, but we do need to come up with a solution to that. There's a few solutions. So one solution we have is we can potentially allow duplicates. That's something that we're considering testing. So each Bezoge could actually be rented a multiple amount of times. The issue with that is it may reduce the desire for holders to actually summon, because you wouldn't need to, right? Essentially, there would be an unlimited amount of Bezoge available for players. But when you think about it, there actually still would be a good incentive to summon, because as other people are summoning, the percentage of the pool that you own is actually getting smaller and smaller. So if maybe you're starting off and you own 50%, let's say you own 10% of all the Bezoge, like 400 of them. If someone is summoning, they started off with 100 and now they've got 500, 600, your share of the pool is going to go down. So as other people are summoning to get higher percentage of the pool, your percentage of the pool would actually go down. So that's one solution for that, is to just allow duplicate rentals. And we may look into that as an option. But yeah, we need to understand how the summoning would work and if that would be affected. The other option is we would have two separate queues, essentially. One that would be the priority queue for the people that were kicked out of the game. So you wouldn't necessarily go back to the very end of the queue. You would just go to the end of the queue of people that got kicked out, right? So if all the Bezoge are taken, we'd probably have two separate queues. And that would mean the queue of people that got kicked out would probably be very small, maybe like 10, 15 people rather than hundreds of people or thousands of people. And in that case, you would be in a more priority queue and you wouldn't have to wait so long. But yeah, there's sort of two solutions to that problem, which we will test during beta. But I think the duplicates is probably the most, is the easiest solution, probably the best solution, but we just need to do a few tests and make sure that the summoning would still make sense. I think that the incentive for summoning would still be there, even if you were able to rent duplicates, because people would want to increase the percentage of the pool that they get as rewards. Will the game be mod friendly? Very much, very much not. Maybe let me put Benji up to so we can see him. Benji, the game will be, I mean, the first version of beta will not be mod friendly. None of them will be mod friendly. They'll be very strict on, if there's any mods, we'll most likely kick you or ban you from the server. So I would advise not modding.
No, I mean the mod. Yeah, I mean anyway, people won't be able to mod the game. I mean, of course, if people try to modify stuff in the code and stuff, they will be kicked out. But like the main issue with modding is that for a play to earn or play and earn, it wouldn't be really appropriate because people would figure out ways to cheat. So if one day we ever decide to do mods, there wouldn't be any gain in that mod, because that would
would maybe be a sandbox. We could maybe have a sandbox section where you can mod.
It could be,
like
but I think what would probably do more is like, because we still want like the community to be able to have an impact on the game and stuff, but I think it would be like less directly. So if there are situations where, I don't know, we could imagine to have some process where the community is included in giving some assets and stuff. We could like incorporate that into the game, but otherwise, I think it wouldn't really work with a player.
Yeah, I think we've kept the community very much involved in the game. And I think GTA and Skyrim, a lot of the mods are not really played online. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I think they're mostly played offline.
In GTA, there are some that are played online, but I mean, it's not like usually it's not the. I mean, you won't earn money you won't earn in-game money in these mods, because otherwise that would kind of break the game. And with a play and earn, we have to be super careful with everything that is related to earning or anything in the game. So yeah.
Okay. What were the results from the audit for MBOK? The MBOK contract won't actually need to be audited. It's using all open source code from Open Zeppelin. So there's no audit needed for MBOK because we're using pre-audited code that's open sourced. Auditing for staking, I believe, wrapping, all these contracts is going to be submitted in the next, most likely this week. I know that all the contracts are completely finished already. The goal that we always had, and you'll see in the white paper, was to submit the contracts. We say the contract should be ready by the end of this month. They're ready. They've been ready for the last few days. They'll be submitted for audit very soon. And as soon as we have any results, we'll share the contracts out. Okay, are there any more starred questions? I don't see any. I think that's it from the starred questions. Maybe did we want to share out the link, Carrie, and have some people up to ask questions?
Yeah, if anybody, I was just going through Telegram and Discord. I saw like Willis on Telegram and someone on Discord was asking about launch pads, but I'm trying to get a clarification. Because someone asked any news on launch pads, and I want clarification. Are you talking about the launch pads within the game? Are you talking about other launch pads? So I'm trying to get some
we're in discussions with some launch pads for MBOK. I think we can say that.
Yeah.
We're planning to have MBOK on at least one, maybe multiple launch pads. That's definitely, we're in discussions with a few. We're actively working on that. Launch pads in the game, I think there's like 20 or 30 of them in the game already, along with the Zeppelins and I'm just waiting for someone to jump on a launch pad and fly into a Zeppelin. That'll be pretty funny.
Yeah.
But
Sir Swifty is going to try that out.
Sir Swifty is definitely going to try that one out. There's a launch pad on some of the boats, I think, as well. I believe so, Ben, right? We added launch pads to the boats.
Yeah, there are some moving launch pads that are on the boat. So it will be. I mean, it's quite challenging to target the right place where you want to go, but if you're able to do so, you can like discover lots of places on the map like that.
Yeah. This is a good question from PJB actually. Do you need your own Bezoge for beta? No, you don't. But in alpha, we had a function that you could just choose whichever Bezoge you want. That is not there anymore. You will have to either rent one from the pool or use your own. So you can do either. Yeah, this is I believe this is Lactun from the group. I think this is a cool idea actually, to have like a staff rather than a cane. But then it would be the staff club instead of the cane club. So, or the cane crew, whatever it's called, Carrie. I don't know what it's called.
The cane gang.
The cane gang. There we go. I prefer the cane crew, but never mind. The alliteration is what pops for me. But yeah, maybe we'll look into that and see if we can do something for those elder Bezoge. I think it would be cool to give them a little airdrop, maybe. Okay. Yes, so renting will be available from day one. we believe that a lot of the players, we have around 10,000 people in the email list, and it's growing a couple hundred a day now. So I think a lot of those players are in Philippines, India, South America, and Southeast Asia. So they don't necessarily own a Bezoge because they're quite expensive. So all these players should be able to play without having to own a Bezoge, and that's kind of what we're going for here. So we wanted rental to be available on day one.
But the rental mechanism is available, just not the actual earnings. Correct?
Yes.
We should clarify that.
There won't be any earnings. Nothing will be on chain yet. We're still working on that, but later on in beta, we'll add in withdrawals to testnet to start testing out these systems. Hopefully very soon, within the next few months, but very soon. We may actually also start testing out the rental pools, the earning pools. These sort of things will be integrated over the next few months. Yeah. I like this suggestion, AD. I like the sharks in the water. I think we had a few options. We had a few ideas for the water and how we could make it more interactive. One was the shark zojis, sharks flying around. Maybe they could be loan sharks. I thought maybe we could have loan sharks floating around in the water. And we could also have we're considering maybe having some whales in the water, in the sea. We have some whales, and when you're swimming around, you might randomly get shot into the air by the blowhole. I think that would also be quite a fun feature. So there's a lot that we could do with the water, yeah, for sure. Okay, so what content will there be in beta? Will there be leaderboards or quests? Yes, there will be quests. We've already written the first 10 quests. I think we'll probably have 20 quests or so on day one, and we'll actively be adding content with a lot of the updates over the coming month. But quests will certainly be there. What the quests that we have at the moment will sort of be the onboarding quests, like teaching you how to mint weapons, teaching you how to do different types of combat, and that sort of thing. So should be pretty cool. Our copywriters have been writing a lot of the content to put in there. Okay. Graham McCann, beta PC only or Mac too? Just PC. PC first, then most likely second will be Android. I think within it, again, probably within 2 to 3 months. I can't remember the exact schedule that we have on the white paper. But certainly within a few months, we'll probably begin testing the Android version alongside the PC version. Mainly to start testing the cross-platform compatibility. The reason that we'll be waiting a few months is because actually adding in an Android version, although it's the same game, there's a lot of modifications that need to be made to make it run smoothly on Android. So the more that we can complete of the main game before making the second platform version of the game, it will speed up the development. If we constantly have to maintain 2 builds on both Android and PC, it's going to slow us down. So we'd rather release the mobile version of the game closer to main launch rather than at the very start. So it's not to say that it doesn't run on Android already. I think we've not tested it recently, Benji, but there's no it was running reasonably smooth on Android before, and we've actually just optimized the map a lot and made it a lot more performant. So I think it should run even better than it did before now. So
yeah, it should be actually even better. I mean, on PC the performances are quite a bit better on the new version of the map. So I think it should be the same on Android. And of course there will be like some testing to do, but it's mostly maintaining 2 versions that will be that would be difficult.
So I hope we have fishing in game to earn small amount of blocks. I notice how it's fishing with the PH. That would actually be kind of a cool thing to have for quests, the fishing. Probably a quest given to you by a Bezoge, if I'm honest. That sort of quest. Will beta this is a good question, actually. Will beta progress be erased before blockchain integration? Yes and no. I mean, yes. Really, the answer is yes. We will delete all of the progress. But we are thinking of ways, and we will definitely do something to do with this, that the data from beta, there'll be something that you're able to get as a reward for being a beta tester based on how many hours you've played and how much XP you've gained. We may give you a small XP boost on day one so that you can start at a higher level, seeing as you've been playing in beta, to give you a bit of a head start against other players. But we still need to consider exactly what that will be. But because we're storing all of the data from beta testing, we'll be able to come up with something closer to main launch. And we'll announce that before main launch. But it'll be based on your XP most likely in the game. So the more you've advanced during beta testing, the more likely you are to get a bigger boost on day one of the main launch of the game. But we won't. If we were to give you all the progress, you would have already completed the game, And if something was broken, by broken I mean like overpowered in beta testing, and you managed to complete the quests really easily and leveled up, we couldn't allow you to keep that in the main game. Otherwise, it would be a bit boring for you. You'll have to start again, essentially. So, okay. L, will influencers come in during closed or open beta? During closed and during open. Over the next few months, we'll actively be promoting with more and more influencers. I believe the team are in touch with a lot of influencers right now, other than just the single influencer that we've already signed a deal with. I know a lot of people have been asking questions about that recently. It's been pushed back a bit, but that's because we're trying to do something really cool with that. So we'll give you an update as soon as that is available. But we are planning some influencers throughout beta, so for sure. Okay. I think that's about it. Does anyone here have anything to add?
Nobody wants to come up and ask a question live and get a
maybe. Oh, yeah. Whoever. Yeah, I didn't post the link yet. So let me drop the link in here. Guys, I've dropped the link in the comments. In the comments multiple times. I'm going to drop it 3 times just so everyone sees it. I'm going to also drop it in Telegram. And also drop it in Discord. Yeah, I thought that was you, Cal. That's why I was saying, okay, so let me drop in the announcement channel. Ask a question.
So while we're waiting for someone to come up live, can you go back? So regarding the Launchpad questions, they were in regards to the magical blocks, because previously Zach had said more info on Launchpads for magical blocks coming soon. And I know we have a lot of the community that are already Bezos token holders are looking at trying to buy the blocks and Zoji and everything as soon as they can. So any info, I guess, on that?
There's no info on Launchpads that we can announce publicly yet. Once there's a Launchpad confirmed for MBLK, we'll announce it, or the Launchpad themselves will announce it. But it'll be closer to the launch, closer to IDO time. seems that everyone is quite shy tonight. No one wants to come up and ask a question. Although I just dropped the link, so maybe some people are still coming in. If you don't want to come on camera, don't worry about that. You can come on and just not turn your camera on. We're okay with that. I would have expected Mike James to be up here already. Okay. I think also at this time, a lot of people are at work, so it's quite difficult for them to come on the voice chat.
Right.
But we have a lot of shy people. Okay. But did anyone else have something to add on? There's a lot of people in here. I'm surprised that no one wants to come up.
Well, we've had a lot of good questions today. And I was trying to go back through the comment section too to see if we missed anything.
I could possibly show the Dubai office.
Oh, that's the one thing we
Meantime-
missed. So that's
Yes.
the one thing that we forgot. Okay, so
I was thinking, I was
Yeah.
in two minds whether I should skip it or not, because I want to add more things in here before showing it, because there's not much to see right now. But
I think it's fine. I think we should give them the raw preview. You can have a before and after.
okay, I'm just gonna log in from my phone then.
Okay. So for the people that are unaware, maybe we've not announced this yet. We just got the keys and we've moved into the Dubai office very recently. So Nick is actually in the Dubai office right now, and we're actually going to be hiring people. Oh, someone has come on. I think Cal has come on to ask a question. Let me well, number one, I'll add Nick back in. But Nick, before you go, let me let Cal ask his. Or maybe Cal.
Okay.
You're on already. Maybe Cal can just ask his question after the. Oh.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, Cal, I had to mute you because you had a really bad echo.
Can you hear me now? Is it good?
Yeah.
Good morning, guys. Thank you everything for you guys done so far.
But Cal, there's a bad echo.
Okay.
I think you're maybe listening on your computer at the same time as your phone or something like that. Could you maybe mute the device that has the stream on? There you go. Is that better, Cal? That's better.
Yeah, I only have one on right now. So
Okay.
anyway, my question is that for the summoning, we have the OG Bezoge, the Bezoge generation. If we summon those for the second generation, would the values and the power, whatever the first generation remains, doesn't affect their value at all? Whether we summon or not summon them?
No.
Do you understand
One
what I'm
sec,
saying?
Cal. While I answer, I'm going to mute you because there's an echo.
Okay.
So I'll mute you again. So basically, the stats won't change at all. The only thing that will change is the cost of the next summoning. So every time you summon, it will increase the cost of the next time you summon. So it's on the white paper, the exact cost, but the price will go up on a percentage basis every time you summon. So that's the only thing that will change when you summon with a Bezoge. Its stats will stay exactly the same.
Great, thanks. Great. So whether we summon or not, the Bezoge we stay the same. Correct. Same. They both.
Yes.
Great. That's my only question. Thank you, guys. Some game, and I love the improvement.
Thanks, Cal. Cal, I think is Cal Lactoon in the group?
Yes. Yeah.
So you know
Cal,
who to get in touch with. So Cal, get in touch with Carrie and give her your address, and she'll ship you out. I don't know what colors we can offer, but we can ship you out a hat. I think we have a lot of different colors.
I only have the black ones with the white embroidered letters.
Perfect.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Cal.
Should I go ahead?
Yeah, go for it. Let me put you on the main screen. Do you want to go into landscape mode?
Does that work? Okay.
There you go. Yeah. And okay, so you're gonna start from the front door.
Yeah, I kind of switched off my camera. How do you change the camera here?
I was gonna say you just switched off the camera.
How do you change the camera over here? That's the question. Settings.
I can already see this. I can already see this section going on Twitter now.
Okay. Can you guys see? Okay, there you go. It's much better done in portrait, to be honest. But all right. So this is the entrance. It's a little messy. Still getting stuff in. You have a small room, which would probably be a podcast room and a small meeting room. Then on this side, on the right side, you have a proper meeting room for 8 people. This is where we usually have our team calls. It's a little down here. And you have another meeting room inside, and that's kind of the internal working space. It is the internal working space.
Yeah.
There's a lot of reflection. Otherwise, I'd probably show you the skyline as well. Because you're like right in the
I was
center.
going to say the Burj Khalifa is literally just out the window, but I don't know if we can see.
Oh no, you can't, because it's like fully reflected. Right now. You had to put tents over here because it gets really hot in the daytime.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it.
It looks good. I look forward to. I've still not visited, so I look forward to visiting someday. Hopefully, very soon. But
yeah.
we're actively hiring in Dubai. I think we have a couple of roles that we're looking for. I think we're looking for some marketing people and business development roles in Dubai. So the office should be scaling up very fast, I think, over the next few months.
Yeah, the goal of the reason why we've started off with this space is if we expand over here and we need more talent, it does not. Moving to another office is easy. We kind of use the same principle we used when we started our Chinese office in China. Start small, fill it up, move on to something bigger.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to answer this very important question. Totally off subject. Question for Steve: does the backlight on your TV improve the picture or just look cool? It just looks cool. I like to have the backlight on and I turn all the other lights off. So it kind of keeps the room, light enough that I can still see where I'm going, but dark enough that it's sort of a cinema feel. Okay. Oh, sorry, I removed the comment. I'll move to Dubai tomorrow. Sign me up. Great office from Gupta. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the office
I'm looking forward to seeing Carrie at the Dubai office sometime. I do maybe need to have some sort of annual trip to the Dubai office. Stingy Steve only plays for cattle class, though. He doesn't pay business. Sure, we can sort something out, Carrie.
It's all right. I've never been to Dubai.
No, it's a cool place. It's a cool place. I look forward to visiting again. I've been a few times.
I think by the time you get here, I'll probably be going back to China.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. Okay, guys. If there's only one person getting a hat this week, that is Cal. Thank you, Cal, for coming up. I think that's it. Are there any other further things that we need to add? Carrie, anything to add?
Just keep doing what you're doing, everyone. Keep showing, keep, spreading the word on Facebook, Twitter, all the socials. Keep it up. You guys are great. Stay safe. Fix those settings in Telegram. I'm tired of seeing you guys getting added to that scam chat. So fix those settings so people can't add you to the scam groups.
Yeah, there's a lot of those recently. With the upcoming ETH merge, there's a lot of people scam with a lot of fake merge scams. So keep an eye out. I think the important thing is if you ever think something might be a scam, or if you ever get added into a new group, always just come into the main chat and just ask. Don't DM anyone. Just come into the main chat and ask in there. Don't believe anything that comes via DM, because we'll never DM you.
Right. And I was going to add to that, when you come into the main chat and ask a question, if you get
you will get DM'd.
DM, you're going to get a DM from a copycat of one of the admins or mods. So don't trust anyone that DMs you first. So you can look in the list of, the members, the holders, and see which ones are actual admins, mods in the chat, and click on one of those names yourself and message them directly if you can't get your proper answer in the main chat. But most of the time, if you post a question in the main chat, the community is great and everyone will help you answer it right there in the main chat without having to resort to the DMs and risk getting
if you do want DMs, look in the group. Go you click on the name at the name at the top of the page. Look at the list of group members. If they have something beside them that says admin, Carrie, I think beside you it says admin. Let me just double check. Then you can DM them. But I would still advise just get all of your answers directly from the group, because I think that's the easiest way. Yeah, Carrie says admin. Just FYI. So you'll see here on this page, it says Carrie Bezoge admin. Only ever DM her. She'll never DM you directly. But only DM if you really need like one-to-one support on something. Ideally, just ask in the group, and if Carrie is online, she'll respond to you in the group. And if you feel like it's something you want to go DM with, because you've got some private information that you don't want to share directly in the group, then DM her. She'll never DM you first.
Same precaution should be used while communicating with admins on Discord. We will actually be assigning a staff role to everyone who's in the company, and a moderator role. So moderators would be your go-to people if you have any questions or clarifications.
Yeah, and the benefit with Discord, we will be migrating significantly harder over to Discord because it's a much more secure platform for that sort of thing. We have the ability to actually open support tickets directly in Discord. So if you open a ticket in Discord, we're able to answer on a one-to-one basis, and it's from us. So
to add to that, I would really request to please open support ticket if you really have to, because we really get bombarded sometimes with really irrelevant tickets that are not. People just open ticket and don't even ask a question in that kind of situation. So yeah, just a request to ideally use the general chat, or there's a Ask Anything channel coming up on Discord. And if it's something really technical or something that's not being answered in those channels, please bring it on as a support ticket and we'll take care of it.
Also, another great thing about Discord regarding the safety side of it, in Discord, you can adjust your settings to where you can opt for no one to send you a private message in the server. We don't have that option with Telegram, but in Discord, there's so many different settings that you can adjust for safety reasons. And so, yeah.
I was gonna give Benji an opportunity to say a few words, but I think his internet is also cut off. Everyone has had bad connections tonight. Oh, here he is. He's back. So let me give him his couple of minutes of fame at the end of the stream. He's loading up. If he loads up, there he is. So Benji, did you have any final words?
Yeah, I mean, like looking forward to see everyone in the beta. Oh, also we do a stream tomorrow with Samuel. We'll add some cool stuff on the map. So that should be a lot of fun. So it will be tomorrow at 11 a.m. UTC. I think it will be shared on our socials. So yeah, so looking forward to do that, and yeah.
And the afro is looking good, Benji. It's growing bigger and bigger
growing,
by the
yeah.
day.
Yeah.
You're frozen on my screen right now in a very interesting pose with your afro. Oh, there you go. You're back. You're back smiling. I would urge the community to please make as many memes as possible of Benji with as big an afro as possible. Previously, there was a great meme of Benji with a Bezoge comb, an afro comb. It was fantastic. I would like to see more of those. We should maybe have a Benji afro meme competition.
Yeah, it should definitely be a helmet in the game.
Oh, for 100% needs to be a helmet in the game, and it needs to have a really cool afro comb in it for sure.
Yeah.
I should add that to the list of armor to be created. Okay. I think that's it. Benji, how are you feeling about beta? Are you? How are your confidence levels?
I mean, it's pretty good. I think, I mean, there's like we're adding loads of stuff. So of course there will be some bugs and stuff, but I think it's normal. I mean, in the end, like our main goal is the main launch of the game, and it's to have the best game possible at that time. And so the beta is a big milestone. So we try to add a lot of things, even though some of them might be like slightly buggy and stuff, but we will debug during the first week and later on. So I think it would be a cool process, and also giving everybody like a look at features, even when they are quite early on. I mean, if like let's say for instance the quests, if people don't like some aspect of the quest system or something, it will always be possible to change it early. So it's important for us to add it now and not too late.
Yeah, exactly. I think a lot of these systems are going to be tested significantly, and we'll be taking people's feedback on. I think that's the week of beta. That's something very important to note. We really need everyone's feedback during that week. So the live streams that we have where we're going through the updates, the bugs we found, we really need people to basically be as active as possible in Discord. Tell us what you found, and we will do our best to fix it. Because there's such a drastic change, a drastic change with the game moving into beta. There's a lot of features have been added that are completely untested externally. They've only been tested internally. We'll really need your feedback. And so whether that's just on actual bugs or things that you think could be done better, we've already gone through a few iterations of each thing, but of course we, as a team ourselves, we would like to actually hear the feedback from the community, because we design it, of course, the way that we think is going to be the best, but really the players are the people that really fully understand it. So we're quite excited to actually show these new features to people. I think the weapons that we've integrated so far all look incredible. So it'll be nice. The minting experience is, I'm very excited to have the full experience tomorrow with our UI guy that is actually been integrating all of the UI and the whole experience. All the nice special effects and stuff that we have on there. All the spells. The spells should look great. I've seen all the effects for the spells. I'm very excited to see them all, to use them all in game. There's going to be a lot of cool features. It should be good. The minting is going to. I'm most excited for the minting, to be honest. It's the
For me,
it's the highlight of beta. It will be really interesting to see how people. That's the thing that we'll probably iterate on the most throughout beta. That the UI and the UX for that will most likely change a lot, because the way that minting works is kind of completely unique to our game. There's I've never seen really a game that allows you to choose as many of each color as you want, as long as you're meeting the price band. So that's something that the UX and the UI that we had to design for that are basically 100% unique to us. So that's something we'll test a lot and get feedback from you guys.
For sure. Yeah, lots of features, lots of new things. I mean, it will be really interesting to. Yeah, I think it will be very cool.
Yeah. Someone said, Michael said, I miss being able to climb the trees. Yeah, in the first version, you were able to literally just walk up vertical surfaces. There was, I think, as long as it wasn't fully vertical, you were able to walk up it. So that bug was fixed. But it was very fun just running up vertical surfaces. I think that the climbing of trees will most likely be something we can do, but it'll be once we add in the climbing functionality. Climbing is definitely something we want to do. So there will be climbing. There will probably be some sort of paragliding, something like that. A lot of these features should be really fun.
For sure.
I think paragliding is for sure something we need. So these sort of features, maybe we might do squirrel suit instead of paragliding.
Yeah, we'll see. Like, but for the climbing, I think one of the kind of good. Yeah, for the climbing, one of the questions is mostly like, if we should we allow to make it like everywhere climbable, but that might bring some like small issues with the game design, or should we just have like some specific areas where you can climb?
No, exactly. Yeah, that's why the climbing hasn't been implemented yet, because there's a lot of questions.
There's quite a lot, and like it influences the design of the map and the game itself. Like so because right now we can block like a few areas where it's difficult to go. You kind of have to follow a path, and if you can climb, it would kind of break some of these places. So we probably
exactly. I think that climbing will be added, but it'll be to restricted areas. Some areas you'll be able to climb, and some you won't, and that will allow us to create paths and quests of ways that we want you to go through the game. And yeah, if you can climb any surface that could cause issues with, you could maybe just skip over a mountain that actually is impossible to get round, that is designed to be impossible to get round so that you can't get to this quest to complete it. But if you're able to climb up, then you can just directly get there. So it kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah, in places like dungeons and stuff, it might be a bit. In the open world, I think it can be fine in most places, but like in dungeons, it could be sort of an issue. So we'll probably test a few things and figure it out.
Okay, so last question. I like that Jesus said it's the last question, because I think this will be the last question. You mentioned that about Bezoge's moving from Polygon to ETH. Are you going to update the website to allow to view all of them? Yes. You'll be able to view all of your NFTs on the new bezogia.com website. And you'll also be able to view them all in-game. All your Bezoge, all your weapons, everything that you own. Or any NFT that you own will be supported in the game. Other than pet Zogis for now. There won't be any pet Zogis supported in the game on day one, but they'll be supported soon. Okay, I think that's it. Let me move back to this view so everyone is here. Anything else to add, Nick, Zach, Carrie, before we go?
Nothing on my.
Well, I'm currently dealing with another scam type issue in Telegram where people are asking questions saying they need help. I have, like this one, I have USDT, but I don't know how to sell it and get it into my bank account. Can someone help me? I've received a bunch of DMs on Twitter with similar type questions. They'll DM you a seed phrase to a wallet and act like they're needing help. So please, guys, don't fall for that. It is just another way to scam. If someone says, they need help with cashing out, they'll offer you money in exchange for helping them, but they send their seed phrase to the wallet. Don't do it. Please stay away.
Yeah. Okay. As always, stay safe. Carrie will always be there to help. And we will see you, I guess I was going to say on the next AMA, but we won't. We will see everyone for the beta launch. We'll make an announcement sometime soon about the actual date and time of the stream. But, it will be on August 30th. So, is that Ben? Are you drinking a Red Bull at midnight? Oh no, it's a Sprite. Okay. Ben is usually drinking Red Bulls in the office, so that's a Sprite. That's fine at midnight. I was going to say you're probably still going to be in the office for a few more hours if you're finishing a Red Bull. You're muted, Ben. You're muted.
I'll probably be working, but not from the office.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining. We shall see you on the launch event for beta.
Yes. See you guys on beta.
See you guys.
See you guys.